Today's video is a little bit different. I'm not going to be showing you any new projects, I'm not going to be showing you any new tanks, and I don't even have a new fish to show you. I am going to be talking a little bit more about myself, but I promise you it is big, well, it's huge news, and it's very exciting, so stick around and find out what I have to share. I've never really mentioned my career on video. I've always kept that side of my life private because it's not to do with the fish and you guys don't probably care. But I have always worked with fish in some way or another, but I am going to have a slight change to my career path in the coming month or so, and it is going to impact the types of content that I can put out on YouTube. So I thought I would update you all before it happens. I currently work as a zebrafish manager at an aquatic research facility. This is something you may have stumbled across before in articles, websites, and even some podcasts. So I'm not going to go into it in detail here, but I have put in the description a link to a watercolors aquarium podcast episode, which does go into detail about the use of zebrafish, or zebradanios, as we know them in the UK, because they covered it in really great detail, and even I enjoyed listening to it, even though that's my job. So yeah, head over there, and if you want to find out more about my job, check that out. But I've been in this role, or in this facility, in varying roles for 6 years, and I've learned so much and got to experience so many things that I would never have got to do if I hadn't joined this lab. For a start, I've been able to mess around with, fix, and use and learn about filtration systems that are at a scale that you just can't even comprehend without seeing it. These things are designed for aquaculture facilities, rearing huge fish for food mostly. They're probably similar to what are in the backs of public aquariums, but they're bigger than I've ever worked with, and it's given me a lot of confidence with filtration and plumbing. And yeah, I've just managed to mess around with huge filters, which as a fish person is just great fun. And I've also managed to mess around with live food on a scale that's so much bigger than you would ever do at home. I mean, mostly working with Artemia, or baby brine shrimp, and rotifers. And the vessels that we're hatching and culturing these things in are like 50 litres, and we've got several of them, and we're harvesting them every day, and it's just so much live food. And I've refined techniques that you just wouldn't do when you're just needing a handful to cover a few fry at home. And then last on the list are the fish, which is the wrong way around to do it probably, but working there, I've managed to look after and work with species that I'd never get a chance to look after at home. Things like cold water corals that are native to the UK, lump suckers or lumpfish, sea bass, sea bream, rainbow trout, lobsters, all sorts of things. So yeah, I mean, I've been really fortunate to work with all these weird and wonderful species. Well, they're not that weird, but they are for an aquarium. You definitely wouldn't be keeping them at home. So yeah, I've managed to learn more about the husbandry that's required to look after these fish. And I've also looked after and reared an insane amount of zebradanios. I wouldn't even be able to put a number on it. But yeah, working with so many fish, rearing so many young fish, it really makes you refine your skills of rearing, but also your attention to detail, and your standards are just always so high that definitely rubs off on the way I look after fish at home, although in a much less sterile way, in that I go on the opposite of what we do in the laboratory and embrace the biofilms and bacteria of botanical method aquariums. But I mean, I love the zebradanios so much that I did a biotope for them in one of my tanks at home. I bred them at home because despite spending all day with them, I still find them fascinating. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of what I have been doing, but that's all going to change come October. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware that Nathan stepped down as editor of Practical Fishkeeping magazine, and I guess you can probably tell where I'm going with this, in that I accepted a job offer from them to join the team and take over from where Nathan has left it, which is huge shoes to fill. It's a lot of pressure, but I'm really excited to get started and to make my career far more closely aligned to my hobby. Whereas, although it was fish related, it was very far removed in the lab from what I absolutely love to do. So yeah, I'm going to be able to edit, write, take photos of fish, do social media posts, and all sorts of things that an editor of Practical Fishkeeping magazine needs to do. And yeah, it's basically a dream job. I've been reading this magazine since I was 12, good 15, 16 years, mostly with the odd break here and there when subscriptions run out. But yeah, it's been in my life a long time. I was amazed when I had my first photo published in there. I was then even more amazed when I had my first article. And yeah, this is the next step, which I never thought would happen. And when I saw that the opportunity was there, I absolutely had to apply and throw my hat into the ring. And I've been fortunate enough to be picked as the next editor. So yeah, it does mean obviously I'm going to be very busy doing stuff for the magazine. So I don't know exactly how much I'm going to be posting on my own channels while I get settled down, but I will still keep this going. And I'm really hopeful actually it's going to open up even more possibilities for new types of content and more exciting projects as and when I get settled into the role. So yeah, that's it really. I just thought I'd share the exciting news because I'm really excited. I just can't wait to get started with the new job, but I do have to wait a little bit longer until early October until I can join the team. So yeah, I'll keep you all updated with how I get on when I settle in and what my role is like. Perhaps do a little like day in the life of a PFK editor or something like that as a video. But if you've got any questions, do ping me a message. I'd always love to chat about fish, and yeah, it's really exciting. And that's it really. Just thought I'd share a little bit about my job. And yeah, like I said, no new fish, no new tanks. Not yet anyway.